One of the hardest positions to fill in construction now is estimating. Problem is everybody gets into this business. They want to be out in the field. They want to be with the crews. They want to be around equipment. I get it. That was me once upon a time. But fortunate for me, I also took up estimating for quite a while, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. It really helped me become who I am today and really get a deep understanding of estimating and the field. Problem is that many contractors who actually do find an estimator, those estimators just don't ever want to go out to the field. There's not a lot of them, but a lot of estimators just don't want to go out to the field. So how do you prevent someone to become a unit price estimator? They become robots. And that's the problem when they're not out in the field and they don't have that experience. I find that a lot of estimators who don't have field experience, at some point in their career, they developed these unit prices for a certain scope of work, and they just carried those unit prices. They never really, when you do that, you're not thinking about risk. You're not thinking about logistics. You're not thinking about what's going to go right, what's going to go wrong. You're not value engineering projects. You're not thinking about potential change orders. You're not thinking about pretty much anything. All you're doing is just taking the few facts that you know, your unit prices, and you're putting it into a piece of paper, a bid that looks super clean, but when it goes out to the field, it becomes a mess. It becomes a disaster. So with these particular estimators who don't want to go out to the field, how do you develop? So really quickly, this is a big topic, but just some things to consider is you should consider at a minimum bringing them out to the field and having a super or project manager mentor them for a couple of hours a month. Listen, you need estimators, you need project managers. You can't have it all. You can't always have that person with the field experience coming into estimating. So you got to be able to work through and navigate this challenge. But at a minimum, they got to go out to the field. They're not running work, but they're being a part of the work. So one, have them go out to the field, have them track 2 to 3 scopes of work per month, or if you're really slow, a couple of times a month. Have them keep track of the crew sizes, the productions, and track their own unit prices so they're putting their eyes on the operation. In addition to walking the job with supers, a foreman, he can even be an assistant engineer. Have them do this a couple of times a month. I can guarantee you within 6 months, tops of year, they'll be a completely transformed estimator. Just have them put their eyes on the operations. Have them really talk about what was required to get to where they are today on that particular activity. What were the logistics? What were the conversations that I had to have? What was the prep work? What went well? What didn't go well leading up to that particular day? What are the anticipated challenges that are going to happen? Just having those real life conversations is going to completely transform your estimators who are solely and who are totally relying on unit prices that they developed probably 10 years ago, if not beyond.